Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name's Beth and it's nice to be sewing with you today. We're making a really simple Christmas tree today, probably the easiest Christmas tree. There's a lot of really cute Christmas tree patterns out there, but this one's just a triangle. So I had some triangles that were given to me and I thought they were really pretty. So when you multiply some red and green triangles, it really has a nice effect, and I added a little cabin or house in the middle of that forest. So if you wait till the end, I'll show you how to make that little house. First off, we're going to start with a tree. Really easy, so let's get started. For our simple Christmas tree block, we are going to need fabric for the trees, and mine is 6.5 inches wide, and I don't know how long because I only want a few trees out of this piece. We'll be using a pattern on this, and then my background squares are 8 inches square. So let's start by making our Christmas tree pattern. It's going to be 4.5 by 6.5. So first I just cut my piece of paper 4.5 inches almost down the middle, right? But not quite. Draw a line, and then I will know where to cut. Use my paper scissors. And this is my Christmas tree triangle. Yours does not have to be exactly this size. Make it your own. And then mine is 6.5 inches tall. So I add a little dot there, and I draw a line from the top of the tree down to the bottom of the tree. And this will be my template to cut my fabric. Here we go. So to cut a few trees, you just lay your template down on your fabric. That's the size that we cut 6.5 inches. Looks like mine missed just a tiny bit. I'm like 1/4 of an inch off. So I'm gonna just adjust my tree. Leave my tree there. Okay. There's one tree. And then I just turn my template upside down, and like I said, I think my fabric was cut just a fraction of an inch off, so I can just adjust my little pattern, and there you go. Just keep flipping your template, your little pattern, as you go along and cut out some trees. Now that I have some trees cut out, I will show you how to get it inset into this background fabric. And since all the trees are the same, I can cut a little stack of fabric, a stack of 3 or 4. And I'm going to center my tree, and I don't need to worry about exact because I'm going to be trimming after I've got it all together. I'm going to square it all up. So my first cut is here, using my tree as my guide. I'm going to set those there, and then I need to turn this so I can reach. Again, using my tree, and I'm going to cut that right there. And I need to set these triangles back here aside because we won't be needing these for this project. The first thing we need to do is, even though I cut here first, I'm going to sew this together first. So I'll take one of these and sew the tree onto that left side piece. All right, let's sit down at the sewing machine and put some trees together. So here I am with a red tree, really pretty fabric, and I am just laying it along here. If I let this bottom hang off a little bit, it should be straight along the bottom, but if it's not, that's okay, because I'm going to be trimming all my trees. I'm going to make sure all the blocks are the same size when I'm done. So that way I can just go along, sew things together, and not worry too much about how things match up. I want it to almost match, but it does not have to be perfect. And then there's a little excess right here I need to trim off. And I'll press these all, and then I'll find out about how big they are, and I'll make sure that the bottoms are straight across and the tops are straight across, and I'll make sure that they are the same size. So this one right now is 7 inches, and it looks like it's going to be 7.5 inches when I adjust with this edge and this edge. So then I can line them all up. Here are the pieces for my little house that I'll be adding into my Christmas tree farm, I guess it would be. The top piece, the background piece, is 5 by 8. And after I put this together, I'll be trimming it to match the trees, so it might be just a little bit big. And this is more of an improvisational house. So for the roof, I'm going to eyeball the center, and I'm going to cut my roof along with the background fabric. And this is going away, so I have a little piece right there. And then I don't want to cut this one. I just want to cut this down to the bottom of my roof there. And there's my roof. So I don't need this background piece here. So as you can see, you can really make any kind of house, any size roof, maybe a lower one or one that's got a bigger angle there. There's mine, and I'll put this together, these two first, and then I'll add that. And then the house itself is down here. I have 2 inches by 4 1/4. And then this is also 2 and 4 1/4, and we're going to have to cut some off because I'm going to insert a little door there. And then we'll add sides after we get the top together. So let's sew the roof section together. I'll put these here and sit down at the sewing machine and start sewing. Very similar to the trees, but different. This is the roof. And I would like to encourage you to just take your scraps, use the sizes that you already have, and just make a house improvisationally. Everything won't match up as you join things, but it's really easy after it's all together just to trim it to the size that you need. So that's finished, and now we're going to work on this piece here. I'm just going to, I could cut this in half, but I'm going to just add it to the end and then cut it. It really doesn't matter how you do it. Now you can decide if you want your door in the middle or you want it off to the side a little bit, and then put these two pieces together. I don't know if this striped fabric is going to work because I'm not lining stripes up, but oh, that doesn't look too bad. So I will press that and then decide how wide I want my house. Here we go. I'll first trim off this to match, and then we'll see how it looks. So I think it's kind of wide, maybe just a little bit wide. The roof doesn't hang over a lot, so I'm going to trim off just a tiny bit more on each side so that I have more of an overhang on that roof, just because I think that looks the way I want it to look this time. And then I need a couple of sides, so I have some scraps over here on the side that are, look at that, almost exactly the right size. So I'll add these to the sides and then see how we do. I'll press this real quick off to the side there, and then I'm going to straighten the bottom. We'll see if it fits. Pretty close. So now I'll sew these two pieces together. Actually, I'm going to press that roof. Forgot to do that. Let's put the house bottom onto the roof. And I see the roof is a tiny bit wider. That's okay. I think I'm just about 1/4 of an inch off. And there's our house. I will trim it up and I'll add it to my forest of Christmas trees and make a quilt. Thanks for joining me today.